Hi, welcome to my tutorial on how to use GIS software to look at maps. This is going to be the first of a 6-part tutorial series. What we're going to be doing is trying to see how we can look at historical maps. Now, most of the time you can have flat, basic maps like you'd find on paper, but there's a lot of really complex tools that researchers can use to analyze data using software. So we're going to be looking at how to download an easy version of that software and dip our toes into looking at some of that more complex data and doing some really cool things with it. So this is our table of contents. Our first video, that's going to be this one. We're going to be downloading QGIS, which is just a free software. It's pretty easy to use, and I'll be showing you how to use it in video 2. So we're going to start with downloading QGIS because it's a little bit of a hassle, but that's okay. Second video, we're going to be setting it up, just a few little tweaks to make it run really well. Then we're going to start jumping into some of the data that I've curated for this project. So I've downloaded lots of different maps and things like that, and I'll be showing how to use some of this data and what it looks like. So the first one will be CanVec data, which is from the federal government. It just has lots of information that's just useful, like topography and like geography, things like that. Then we're going to look at some of the TRCA data, a little bit more focused on the Toronto area. Just a few interesting things that I found that I want to share. Then we're going to get into the meat of it, which is the historical maps that from U of T's library. There's a lot of really interesting things there, and when we combine all these together, we can have some pretty great results. And then the last video will be saving and exporting maps. So once you have found something you like, you want to save it, how do we translate it from just, software to, flat PDF? So let's begin. So we're going to start by heading to the QGIS website. Now, I'm not sure if you have a Mac or a PC, but there's different versions depending on what you have. I have a Mac, so I'm just going to be demonstrating the Mac version. But as you can see here, the Windows is available. I'm just going to head to the Mac. Whoa. So I'm going to install this version just because that's what I was using before. It's the most stable, so I thought that was appealing. So you'll click on the installer, let it run here. So QGIS is interesting in the sense that you also have to install another program to get it to run properly, and that's why I'm making a video about it, just because it's a little bit tricky. I'll guide you through it. So we'll just open our installer here. So you'll open your install package, but you'll also notice that there's a README. So if you open that, So if you open that, it'll have a notice letting you know what the requirements are. So Python is the other program you need, and you can just click through a link here to open up a new window. If not, it's just python.org/downloads. So if you look at the requirements, it says, only the most recent 3.6, not a later 3.7. Kind of random, but okay. So we're going to look for a 3.6 version. I'll just choose 3.6.6. Scroll down to Mac users. Once again, if you're a PC user, you can just take a look at that. So you can scroll down, find your operating system. If you have a Mac, I'd suggest the 64-bit installer. All right. So you'll just click through the dialog and let it install there. Okay, so once Python's finished installing, you can close that, move the installer into the trash, and then you can continue to download QGIS. Where is my window? So click your installer. Yeah. So open your installer package and then let that run as well. Okay, you can close the packager, move your installer into the trash, and now you are ready to open up QGIS.